This season of Comic Trips is brought to you by ToySnobs and Farpoint Toys and Collectibles. Check the links in the description below for more information and special incentives only for Comic Trips viewers.
Why is your chin hanging down so low? It's like you're melting.
I'm melting into this chair.
Some people consider growing up to be a term that means leaving behind things that brought you joy in the past. We are not those types of people. For 4 years now, we have traveled everywhere within our financial means to discover new places, while rediscovering items from our past that we have loved or never had a chance to acquire in our younger years. We collect comic books, collectible toys, and anything that tickles that nostalgic bone that many people lose or hide when they hit adulthood. We are Kat and Paul, better known as Comic Trips. We're inviting you to join us on our journey.
It's weird. They got like orange, not hubcaps. The hubcaps are normal color, but like the wheel well is orange.
The rims?
The rims, I guess. Looks kind of silly.
People have interesting
No, you know
vehicle fashion sense here.
No, you know where the weirdest car mods I've ever seen were?
Where?
Florida. Those people don't give any fucks what their car looks like. I one time was in St. Petersburg and I was like stopped at a red light and there was a Jeep Wrangler in front of me. And like the back of it was like soldered off, so it was like a truck bed, but it had a cage over it. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a baby tiger pops up. I'm like,
Baby tiger?
a baby tiger. So, but I do know that the Big Cat Rescue is in Tampa or like around there. So like maybe that was a vehicle for like Big Cat Rescue. It's season 9, and no, I still not put down the Red Bull.
It's season 9, and while I still drink by, I have found a new love that I treat myself to every now and then, because completely trying to quit soda. Bang.
Now and then.
Yep. It's called Bang. It's from VPX. It's got CoQ10.
It's still an energy drink, but he refused to listen to me.
It's creatine. It's fine. It's been a long past couple months, okay? So, at least I tried to make a change.
I don't have a problem.
You have an IV Red Bull hookup to your body at all times.
It's fine. We had all these changes planned. One of the changes that we did not have planned was the Comic Trips vehicle just dying. The Comic Trips vehicle was a 2010 Nissan Rogue. The day that it died, it had 150,000 miles on it. I think it was like 150
Something.
and
like that.
700 or something like that. Like
Hard miles. Well, you lived in Tampa while you were in school, so the engine bay,
it was just corroded.
it was the whole engine bay
Because you
was
could
corroded.
literally like reach your hand out and you'd be touching the water. That's how close I lived to the beach. I felt like it was running really weird. I had driven it from South Carolina to Washington, D.C. for an expo that my company was putting on. And there was a couple of times where it was questionable whether or not the car was going to just stall in the middle of the road.
But we're not going to drive this for every trip because...
No, because it's a nicer car.
Right, so
And
technically my car
Yeah.
will become the Comic Trips mobile for now. And
Yeah.
then we'll figure it out. You know what feels weird? We are heading to an event where we live, but it's in Charlotte. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
The last time we shot one of these episodes, it was in New Jersey.
Yeah. I see the events going on in New Jersey and I'm like, oh man.
Oh, ToyCon. Oh.
We're 6 hours away from that now.
Uh,
No, we're
600 miles
600
away.
miles.
We're like 10, 11
we're
hours
10,
away.
11 hours away from that. Sorry, DC was 6 hours.
So it's not across the country, but it's not around the corner.
We've mentioned it before that Heroes Con was very high on our list to go to because, as I like to say, it is a comic book show proper. They're about the comic books, they're about the authors, the writers, the artists. Every year they put on Charlotte Minicon in January.
Which is opposite the calendar.
Yeah, Heroes Con is usually in June. Charlotte Minicon is in January, so we are here for Charlotte Minicon. We met Shelton Drum at an event that our boss had sent us to network because we put on tattoo expos. We had no idea we were going to meet them, and it was just so exciting because it's like, yo, you put on the one show that I am dying to go to, and I never get the chance to. Legendary show. I mean, Babs Tarr.
Yeah.
She's at Heroes Con.
Well, so Heroes Con has been going since like 1982, I would say.
Very, very long time.
But the Charlotte Minicon, from my research, what I've been seeing, has been going on since 1977.
Insane.
And it is the longest running comic book event next to San Diego Comic-Con. Having a background in events, I'm very curious to see how this event is produced.
Yeah.
And with it having such a serious local following, there's that excitement to get back into networking, because I know that we have a couple people who know that we're going to be there, and
yes.
we might stop by and say hi.
I'm just excited because I feel like anything that Shelton/Heroes puts their name on is like just comic books, not like pop culture, which I don't have a problem with it. It's just.
But the Comic-Con has kind of gotten away from comics.
Proper,
it's like, oh, here's some comic vendors, but also here, meet and greet with, this movie star for $300, and then meet this cosplayer and give them $30 or $40 for an autograph. This is for artists by artists, and it's all about comic books. That's why I'm excited to get in there.
To dig. Yeah, so I'm very excited.
How long is it?
See if we've lost our
mojo. I hope we haven't lost our mojo. It's been about 6 months since we shot an episode.
Yeah, it's been a really long time. So for those of you that don't know or did not watch our update video, Paul and I moved to South Carolina, and about 2 to 3 months later, Vincenzo passed away, and that sent me into one of the deepest, darkest depressions I think I've ever imagined I could be in. It was really bad, and I'm still not okay, but it's like this comic strips does make us happy, and I was reading a lot of you guys' comments that were like, please come back, like Monday mornings aren't the same. There was a lot of people that said like this show brought them happiness or brought their families back together. There was one kid that said it got him off drugs because it kind of like sparked a passion for him to go out and hunt for comic books instead of spend his money on drugs. We get messages from people that are from other countries saying that we've inspired them or that they just enjoy watching us. For me, it was like, I'm in a depression, but I don't know how many countless people I've helped out of their depressions by just being me. So it's like, let's get back in the saddle, because the last thing I want is for anyone to feel sad, let alone myself. I'm pushing myself to get out of the house and like be a functioning member of society while also still, battling this. You can stay sad forever. You're totally allowed to. But for me, it's like I want to still be able to help other people out there.
What we're going to try and do with every episode this season is stick to an actual budget. Today's budget, we're going to try and stick to $50. I'm going to hit the Mac machine before we go there and get cash.
The Mac machine?
Yeah, going to tap Mac.
You know what also?
You're from the Northeast. You've never heard tap Mac?
So, ATM.
Yeah, the Mac machine.
It's the automatic transfer machine. So you're saying the ATM machine? You're saying the ATM.
I thought ATM was
machine.
Automated teller machine.
Oh, that too. Maybe that's what it is.
Right, but the common phrase in the Northeast is you're going to tap Mac. I think that's more of a...
No, I literally have never heard that before. So
how have you never heard that before?
Wrong. Overruled.
Are you ready to hop back on the horse?
As long as that horse is full of cash.
Or comic books?
Cash. I prefer cash.
Okay. Well, let's do the damn thing. The hell is that? Howdy ho, stranger.
Dude, it's like people are recognizing the shirt, brother.
How's it going, man? How are you?
Oh, are they coming?
Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you, too.
you.
Totally. They'll wand you.
Okay.
They're going to tell you to get rid of the Red Bull because the city now owns this place. Justin, can we get a volunteer over there at that parking deck to send people where? Me and Jeff have been over there forever.
Yeah, man.
Scott.
Scott, nice to meet you, man. How's it going?
I'm one of your Patreon backers.
Yeah, man. This is Scott.
Nice to meet you.
too.
You ready?
Yeah. You ready to come in?
Yeah. We go pee. We go inside and we'll catch. Sure. You coming back in? You coming in with us? Come on, let's go.
Is this first show you've been here in Carolinas?
Yeah, man. Really excited.
You're going to love Heroes Con, man. Heroes Con is literally 100 times bigger than this show.
See, that's what I'm excited for. Thank you. All right.
Oh my god. Take my wood sticks. Oh my god. Right. Sweet. How are you doing?
This is the coolest custom one.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I've been outside for hours. I mean, he'll do, he doesn't have just one genre. He can bring you anything you want.
These are awesome.
Thank you.
Sore spot.
Oh, Paul. Nice to meet you.
Paul. Nice to meet you, sir. How are you?
Good friends. Like you, family. Yeah, that was his first C&D in the t-shirt world.
But once you get to the level of C&D, man, it's nowhere but downhill from there, right?
Oh, yeah.
Wait, did you really? You got a cease and desist?
Well, the company that was doing that I had the partnership with, like they got it and then I got it, and then they got it again. What it seemed like they would do is run them for so long, get a few seconds. Like Kibby got in, got one, then they stopped selling, then they put them up again. Like 10 people hit me like, "Hey, I got one this time." Then they stopped selling. But every time I'm getting threats at this point, I'm like, I have no control over what they're doing. Like, so I think they worked it out because a few things went back up. But I just kind of don't put certain ones up on my end, so I can make sure if anything happens, like, hey, I was contracted to do the parts. Anything else?
Shoot the messenger.
Yeah, like what happens after that? I'm not violating anything. But if you want to put me on the news and have my name get a little more exposure, I'm not gonna be mad about that either.
He's been waiting.
Hi, man. How are you?
Hi, I'm 3 boxes of bronzing for your pet dog.
Okay.
In my
Incredible. Thank you.
What's your puppy's name?
That's Simba.
Simba. Oh, how fitting.
Oh, such a
Hi,
hand.
sweetie.
Simba.
Did we locate mom and dad?
Yes.
All right, so our theme of this season is we're trying to stick to a budget. So we're not doing anything by, right, you know. So we're trying to take out money and then we're not touching our cards ever again. So I couldn't get money in multiples of 10. There was only 20.
So you got 60.
So I got 60, I'm sorry.
Don't be disappointed in me.
Oh, you guys got a penguin.
Land of Funkos. This guy gives you all kinds of cool Funkos.
Wow, they're printing on site.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Wow. Wait, you don't see that ever.
No.
Okay, now you go.
Hey, how's it going?
How's it going?
Good. I guess. Can I just have...
Is there one on the wall?
Can I get...
But I call it a starter convention for people who have never been to a show before. And it's a good show for kids. This is where you train your children on a show like this and find out if they can deal with crowds.
You want to go wander and dig?
It's big and do stuff. I love
So
this.
many
I would
books.
sit up there and just be relaxed. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Go down to the next... There's a Starbucks. Yeah, turn left there.
Which side are we going to? Okay.
That side.
All right, Mike, let's go this way to Artist.
Pretty good.
How many you got there, sir?
5, sir.
Out of 20. You need a bag for that?
That would actually be lovely. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Nah, it doesn't have to be frozen.
How's it going?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Good, good. Super excited to be hopping back on the horse, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
It feels good.
I brought you all some books. That one's fine.
Sure, I thought you said that they were...
Well, that one's not in great shape. No back page.
That's fine.
That one, the cover's starting to separate.
Okay.
But these other two are, that one's good.
We've put one of these in our charity bins probably about 6 or 7 times now since we started doing the show.
Yeah.
Every time someone finds it, their eyes just like, that's so nice. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
you're very welcome. You're very welcome.
Scott,
Yes.
would you mind helping me out since I read off? Would you mind throwing that in my bag for me? I love it though. This is exactly what we're looking for.
Love the channel, by the way.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Happy hunting.
We watch your YouTube channel.
Do you really? Hi, I'm Paul.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. How's it going?
Yeah, my husband's like, look at this. Like, oh, it is him.
Today's our first day back on the horse. This is Kat.
Hi, we watch your channel.
Nice to
So
meet you.
surprising to meet you.
You guys, happy hunting, all right?
Yes, we'll probably
Take care.
run into you more.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Paper girls.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's like Jamie. Yeah, we're actually going to have a special place. Yeah, so you'll see the difference.
Hardcover. It's one of my favorite books. I highly recommend it. Paper girls. I don't even know where to like start and go.
I know it's a little cooler over here, so I'm not against being here.
This is Karen and Charles. Karen's busy, but they got all kinds of things. She also does dog tags. And Charles, you can actually bring like a box of like random Lego boxes. Blocks. And he can go through it and say, okay, this is from the 78 Lego set, blah, 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 and G.I. Joe, crazy. Yeah.
Damn, he's got a Jack and Sally.
What are you looking at? Oh, the Alice.
And then there's this one. And then there's Scotty Young. Is there prices on these? Oh, I don't know which one.
But these are all original, actual Walt Disney pins, right?
Well, some of them might be scrappers. You have to look at them.
How would you know?
You can tell by the paint. Oh God, there's. Is this Rescue Rangers? No, not Rescue Rangers. Which one was this? Rescuers. Rescuers. That's what it was. Thank you.
Thank you. It doesn't have a gear on it by chance, would it?
It might. It's a hidden Mickey one.
All right, I need to breathe for a second.
There's another little room over here in the corner.
Oh, is there? Can we go pop out of here real quick? Maybe it's a little less crowded over there.
Yeah.
So here's the hidden room.
Yeah, he's gonna be
Oh, it was a loot crate.
That's
Okay.
very, very hard to find these days.
The spirit.
Yeah.
There's actually early 90s now of the hardship. The scuba diving, they've taken off. How many you got?
5, sir.
All right, enjoy.
Thank you very much.
Top-rate defenders.
That's
Love it.
right. Yeah, beautiful books.
Oh, you never find these.
Holy crap.
They're legit.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not going down that hole.
No.
That's number 2. Once you got number 1 of it, you saw number 2 for $20. I don't need it. All right. This is the only comic vendor that's bigger than me.
Wow.
7 foot 2, but
I thought he was standing on boxes.
no.
Look, he's got comic pages up there.
That's simple. Hi, Simba. Hi, Bud. Hi, Simba. Hello.
We're like, oh, he's just relaxing under there.
There's a lot that I need. Hi, how are you?
Doing good, how are you?
Good. It's a really nice material.
Let me know if you have any questions.
The artwork's awesome.
Love you, Bob.
Thank you too. Take care.
Oh, fresh hair. Okay.
So we just got back in the car from Charlotte Minicon. I do have to say that one of the parking garages was closed, so we had to find street parking, and we parked a little bit far away from the venue, but it wasn't like terrible. It was a nice day outside. It was $5 to get in, which is very reasonable, and it was awesome. There was so many comic book vendors there, not a ton of toys, which was, I mean, that's fine. I went there to go to a comic book show.
Different than New Jersey.
Definitely different, because New Jersey is definitely pop culture heavy. This was definitely comic book artists, authors, very heavy in just plain old comic books. We didn't do tons of browsing today because we're just like dipping our toes back into the filming world. It was very crowded in there, so we were kind of getting a little anxious, and we just weren't in our element today, but that's okay, because we're just, like I said, it's been 6 months, so we're just dipping our toes back in.
Isn't it crazy how after you stop for a while,
You kind of lose it. Well, I mean, we didn't go with a list. We haven't updated our CLZ in a while. I got rid of a few books, so I have to update my list on my end. I know Paul needs to update his list on his end. We didn't really have like a goal of what we wanted to buy, but that's okay, because we just wanted to just get out there, see what this Minicon was about, because we had heard such wonderful things about it. The books were at good prices, just slightly higher than I feel like they are in the tri-state area, because we have a plethora of comic book shows and stores, and down here it's a little bit fewer and far between, so I felt like prices reflected that. First appearance of Batgirl. You can go to any comic book show in New Jersey, New York, and find at least 6 vendors selling one. I found 2 at that show. That vendor may never see that book again, so he's gonna price it accordingly, because it's just, this kind of stuff definitely doesn't come around as often. I loved that there was a lot of artists and authors there. Some people were working on sketches, some people were working on actual books. It was fun to just kind of walk around and watch people you know, doodle and color, and because I can't color or draw for I kept being told, oh my god, if you love this, you're gonna love Heroes Con. It's like, dude, I already know I'm going to love Heroes Con. And the food was well priced too. That's another thing. You go to these events and stuff, and they might have like on-site vendors for food, and they're not reasonably priced. And you get out of there with like a burger and fries for like $21. We got our food with like $10.
We're also used to Northeast prices, and we've seen down here, even when we went to that Charlotte Hornets game, the pricing for food was very much
wasn't a
less
beer
than,
like only $8?
Yeah, where it was like 12 or 13 in the Northeast
where we are.
sometimes. So we're definitely seeing the reflection of pricing on the spectrum. Since things are a little bit more sparse around here, you'll see the comparable pricing, but in a little bit higher echelon.
Like $1 or $2 more, I could really say.
It's not bad.
Not terrible. I feel like that was a great show. It's a giant thumbs up. It was fun to just kind of like get back out and dip our toes back into the water. We met quite a few of you today who came up to us and, you know, recognized us from the show. We are 600 some odd miles away from home, and yet we still had the same amount of people recognize us here that I would say would recognize us at a local show back in Jersey. It was really great to meet all of you guys. Sorry, like we were just a little like, because like I said, we're in a new place. We're excited to be there, but it's like sensory overload, but we're also filming. We're having anxiety, but it's a crowded show, but it's a good show. But then the $2 bin is crying your name, but you're talking to someone, but there's a $2 bin, but then there's a 50% off bin, and you just don't know which way is up.
Right. You only got one thing, didn't you?
I did.
You got one thing.
It's in my pocket too.
Which,
That's how
okay.
small it is. Just what I got. The Hidden Mickey Walt Disney World pendant pin. Because I like my Disney pins, so this is the only thing I got.
It's weird because usually you get like overwhelmed when you see stuff. Can I see it? Can I see it, please? 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 I'm gonna hold it for you. There you go. You can see it very clearly from this far back away from the camera. Can we talk about our glorious tour guide, Charles Kibbe?
I had never met Kibbe, but I had heard of him. He's much taller than I had anticipated, and that's okay.
Gentle giant.
He is a gentle giant.
Kibbe is very well known in the comic book world. He's getting well known in the tattoo world. He has a lot of involvement with Marvel and things like that. I'm always seeing him with Stan Lee and everything. So when Kibbe heard that we were coming, he wanted to facilitate us and show us around. I really stuck with dollar bins today.
I just want to say that show was very heavy in dollar books and $2 books. And a lot of bins that were labeled 50% off.
Yes.
You know how I feel about the 50% off bins, because you can find gold in there.
But I was the digger today. You were the looker. You were taking it all in.
I was scanning for things I wanted.
I was like licking my chops too, because it's been so long since I've been able to. That sounded disgusting. I'm sorry. I was foaming at the mouth. No, that's also disgusting. I was very excited to get back out there and start digging through the bins.
You were full eggplant emoji?
That's even more disgusting.
Why? It's just an emoji. What do you have against eggplant?
What's foaming at the mouth? And
what's an eggplant?
Licking my chops.
An eggplant is just a plant, bro.
Five issues of Power Man and Iron Fist, 99, 101, 102, 104, 105. $1 a piece, fairly good condition. Yeah, I'm very happy with these, especially for being like 34, 35-year-old comic books.
Not bagged or boarded.
Not bagged or boarded, so I'm always weary about that, but we got plenty of bags and boards at home. We'll be able to take care of it. Wonderful couple came up to us and they said that they had some extra issues from their X-Men run. They knew that we were going to be there. They gave us a few issues for us to put in our $1 bins for charity.
Oh,
so the next time, yeah, it was incredible. Next time we're set up at a show, we'll be putting these in there for you guys to find. We'll keep you posted on when we're going to be at our next show. And then, believe it or not, we stayed under budget. We stayed way under budget. Another few books from the Defenders run. 146, 109, 103, 104, and 99. These as well are some pretty old books that are all bagged and boarded. I'm happy with it. $1 a piece, got $5, $10. You know, today we set our budget at 50. Then I went to the ATM, it only shot out 20, so of course our budget went up to 60. Between everything that we bought, our food, and all the books, we only spent $30 today, which I don't think in the history of comic trips, when we set ourselves with a budget, I don't think we've ever stayed.
But that's the goal of this season, is to stay within budget.
Right. Balling on a budget, on dubs.
So, no.
We were also gifted 3 short boxes of comics to put in our charity bins as well, which is incredible that anyone cares enough to like actually bring these books to a show, haul them to a show, and bestow them upon us.
Yeah.
I have to say that I am freaking beat.
Yeah, I'm very tired.
Like, we haven't been gone that long. We've only been gone about 4 hours.
Yeah.
And I'm beat.
But that show was like a stimulation overload. Like, my anxiety has me tired. I'm not tired because I did a lot of work today.
Right.
I'm tired because I was like overstimulated.
Usually I'm the runner and the gunner, and I'm even feeling it today.
Yeah.
You could like, it's been a while since we hopped back on this thing.
If there's anything I can recommend, if you do go to Charlotte Minicon, bring your list. Or if you're just going there for a key book, I would probably, if you're in the market for like, oh, I want this key issue, and I've got the money and I'm gonna spend it on this book, go to Charlotte Minicon, because you're gonna find it there. And I probably even bet you that Heroes Aren't Hard to Find has the book that you are looking for on their wall books.
Did you see that one wall book that was sitting in the one booth? The graded 8.0 Giant Size X-Men #1?
No, I didn't see that.
I saw it and it just called out to me from across the room, and I'm just looking at it.
It didn't call out too loud to you.
We need to buy a house. I had an incredible time today. It was great hopping back on the horse or the zebra or whatever you want to hop back on. And I'm kind of happy we've decided to, switch things back on, because I love doing this with you. Driven thousands of miles together, and we've had a lot of fun times. I love you.
I love you too. You guys, if you like this video, if you like us, give this video a giant thumbs up.
Should be right down here.
Subscribe. Make sure you subscribe so you can get notifications on when we do things that are cool.
Which is rarely.
We don't really do cool things at all, actually. You guys, leave us a comment below. Just say hi. Are you guys glad that we're back? I'm glad that we're back.
I'm glad that we're back.
We also relaunched our Patreon, so we have our new $2 level. If you guys don't want to support us on Patreon, like, that's fine.
It's okay.
That is okay. We are not begging for money.
Right.
We are going to continue to put free content out there. We appreciate all of your love and support. And season 9 coming back at you. We're doing it. Season 9 on a budget. I forgot how to sign off.
Did you, though? Come on, let them hear it.
Autobots. Roll out. Oh, do you want me to do it so it lines up with the voice a little bit better?
I mean, that would help me in editing.
Autobots.
Hold on, I'm talking.
Roll out.
Wow, that's not...
Autobots.
Erderberts.
Roll out.
Autobots, roll out.
Do it. I feel like my blood sugar has dropped and spiked about 10 times today. If it's not my blood sugar, it's my mood. I don't know where I am right now.
No, your mood is fine. You're good.
PMS is a real thing. He knows I want to stab him with daggers.